Actually, first I'm gonna watch the intro movie again. Have you seen this one, I wonder? Most recent one? It's been a while since I've seen it myself. I don't think I've watched it since I actually finished the game. Or the expansion. Are you telling me to put the volume up, or are you saying that's what you've done?
As the chaos spread, the star seemed doomed to unravel, and yet there were those who stood in defiance of that fate.
Okay, cool.
Until the heavens fall, until our last breath.
So awesome. Yes, Final Fantasy on the Moon, which is perhaps not as outlandish as it might sound. It's actually a direct reference to Final Fantasy IV, which had a large part of it set on the moon. Oh man, a small queue. It should go pretty quick. But yeah, going to the moon is not unheard of in Final Fantasy. It almost happens in Final Fantasy VIII. But yeah, that intro, man, it's... I mean, I'd hope you'd agree it's pretty epic, but believe me, when you know all the characters and the context of everything, it's just amazing. I'd tell them to go and watch my 50-minute video on it on YouTube. There's a bit of a meme about Final Fantasy XIV, about how good the free trial is. You can play the free trial up to level 60, including the first 2 expansion packs. So you should do that. The thing is, like every Final Fantasy game, this is not going to be for everyone. Particularly to start with, the story in this is so slow moving. There is music, but it doesn't play all the time. At least not in this area. I mean, honestly, what I would say to somebody who wants to play this game is I would say, look at this. Just walking through this forest with a chocobo by your side. Does just the concept of that give you pleasure? Are you enough of a Final Fantasy fan that just seeing these Marlboros here instills an incredible amount of fear? I mean, look at him. Oops. Not too scary for me though. I've got about 60 levels on them. Oh, that music still gets me emotional. This is the final zone of the expansion, and basically, I think I've said the I'll get to the chocobo carriage in a moment. This is the final zone of the expansion, and this expansion is essentially the end of the 10-year-long story that's been going through this game. So this is like the final zone of a massive Final Fantasy story. An epic the likes of which gaming has never seen, in my opinion. Okay, chocobo carriage. Now, if I had friends, I could bring them with me on this carriage. Yeah, except chocobos are cooler than reindeer. And here we see the entrance to the final dungeon. And there's an incredibly profound and emotional reason as to why there are flowers here. Which unfortunately you would not know unless you sat through literally 1,000 hours worth of story, basically. It's that sort of game. This is my shiny golden dog mount. You basically get this from just going through the story of this expansion. No, you can't fall. Not here. In fact, not anywhere. I don't think you can actually die of falling damage. Yeah, there you go. You can get rid of the UI. Yes, and this dog is actually a character in the story as well. You can go first person. There is a way to go first person in I'm sure. There we go. So yeah, there's first person mode. I've tried playing in first person mode. It works surprisingly well. These are the little moon rabbits, or whopperits as they're called. And these are the robots that inhabit this godforsaken bit of nothingness in the ends of space. Elder Scrolls, I mean, Elder Scrolls is mostly played with first person, isn't it? Who plays that in third person? I know it can be done, but... yeah, the MMO one, I think even that's mainly played in first person. It's been a while since I played that, and I never played it much. What other mounts have I got? I don't think I've got any actual new mounts since the last time I played this game. There is player housing, but to actually get a house of your own is very expensive. But you can get houses with your guild. No, you can't let your chocobo roam free, unfortunately. They basically just follow you. I've only got a few chocobos. It's got the regular chocobo, the black chocobo. It would be cool to have a chocobo ranch. It's got to be something they've considered. That would be good. I think Final Fantasy XIV is the game that has the best chocobo breeding. Or might be the only one where you can actually breed chocobos. I don't think there's any actual chocobo racing. I mean, there's so many things, but... let's just do a random trial. I don't think there's any blitzball either. No one likes blitzball. Except for a few weirdos, I guess. Unfortunately, no. And you can carry people in your carriage, but no, there's... Unfortunately, MMO worlds aren't quite that open. They need to have discrete zones that are loaded one at a time. No, my chocobo. You still have to use Gishul greens to summon them. It's like every Final Fantasy game. My chocobo is wearing the armor of light, which dates back to the very first Final Fantasy game. There's also the armor worn by the last boss of the previous expansion. Okay. It's been a while since I've actually done any party-based stuff in this game, so God knows what's gonna happen. Yeah. Okay, unfortunately this is a very short, easy fight. I think. Oh yeah. If there's a Final Fantasy game where that doesn't appear, is it even a Final Fantasy game? And yes, you can actually go to the moon. Although it turns out it's not actually a moon, it's basically a space ark. Okay, I guess this is a fishing spot. A bunch of people fishing here. Maybe the whale is on the moon. They carry a harpoon. But there ain't no whales, so they tell tall tales and sing their whaling tune. I hope you've seen Futurama, or that's going to seem random. Oh, hey. See? Here's my dog. You mean cactuars? Yes, they are in this game. Let's see if I can remember where they are. Some around El Amigo. In fact, there's lots of them. many of them in many different places. There you go. This variety is called Sabo Tenders, but that's basically them. I think they were rare in FF10. In Final Fantasy VIII, they were definitely very rare. Yeah, they're not quite as they're not quite as stylized, but I think there are different varieties. There's also a giant mount one that you can get. I don't know where you get it. You need to do like a billion things in the golden saucer. What's whose deal? The cactuars? Like I say, with the cactuars, I mean, it varies from game to game. There's no real deal, but in most games, they are a rare and tough enemy. I don't think there's any game that really goes into their backstory that much. In Final Fantasy VIII, you can get one as a summon. But you gotta beat it first. And it's an optional sort of boss fight that's actually quite hard to find, I think. I don't know if I even remember them in 7. I'm not sure where they first appeared either. They might have... I think they've definitely been around a long time. Maybe since the NES games, or maybe since the SNES games. But yeah, even in later games, they often have just the 2 frames of animation. Yeah, that was. They're making this game more and more single player friendly. You can basically get through large chunks of the game now without ever having to actually party up with other people. For better or worse. And yes, it does have PvP. I have never partaken of it. Yeah, more the battleground style. It does go well, particularly in areas like this where you sort of look at how all the other player characters are dressing themselves. I mean, the fashion, the fashions of this game is a mini game in itself. People joke that it's the true end game of Final Fantasy XIV is all the different costumes. Because it's easy enough to transmogrify any piece of armor into any other piece of armor. So you can really customize your look. No, the tiny people are minions. Just little toys basically that follow you around. People have, well, there's so many different types of minions. They don't do much, but some of them interact in secret ways. That's a player. That's a very short player. And that's a player as well. It can be a bit tough to tell. That's the Lalafell race. Yeah, there's a good amount of size difference in the characters. Here's a guy wearing a chicken head for no reason. Some of the costumes are a bit ridiculous. You got the bigger character models like this guy here. Yeah, it's like the real... You can't quite dress like Vivi, there's nothing quite like that. There's Black Mage styles. What minions do I have? There are quite a few minions. I thought I had a Black Mage minion. Yes, you pick a class at the start. Only there. I don't know how many classes you can pick at the start. Like only half of them. Like the basic classes you can pick at the start, like Bard, White Mage, Black Mage, warrior, paladin. The ones that the game basically started with, but every expansion they've added new classes that you can pick up. Normally you have to advance a certain way. And you have to level them all up independently. Like, this is my bard costume, so at the moment I'm a bard. Ooh. I don't remember choosing that outlook, but okay, this is my white mage outfit. So now I'm a white mage, but my white mage is only level 80. I haven't leveled any other classes other than bard from 80 to 90 yet. That does look more like a black mage, doesn't it? Do you recognise this outfit? It looks a bit different, but... Yes, nice tunes indeed. I mean, don't get me started on the music. But anyway, this is basically the sexy bunny girl version of Zidane's outfit from FF9. It looks a bit different, being on a much higher poly model and the bunny girl. Samurai. Oops. This is basically my current black mage getup, but it's just very low level gear. Also, unfortunately, being a bunny girl, you there's a lot of hats you can't equip, which is a shame. Yep, there's a reason people really enjoy the the role playing in this game and the collecting different costumes. Sexy goth pirate. Evil looking dragoon guy. Some NPCs do. Evil looking flaming bow and arrow guy. Sexy cat girl in a bikini. Cute little Lalafell in a dress. I like the Lalafell, affectionately called potatoes. Sexy bunny girl with very sexy glasses. Okay, here we go. Guy in a frog costume. Why not? It's another sort of meme about this game is that in any group you'll get like three people with a super serious anime costume and one guy wearing a frog mask or a chocobo helmet. Sexy blue cat man. This is one of the newest races in the game. You don't see many people playing the buff lion men. It's not a Ronso like Kamari, but it is quite similar. Yeah, they had horns. I don't think these guys have horns. There might be a variation where they have horns, but yeah, I'm not sure. This black mage dude. Yeah, a lot of them will be AFK, or... I mean, a lot of people do just come out to hang out and show off their costumes and look at other people's costumes, but... I don't know what this person's doing here. But this person here is just doing crafting. While a couple of other random people look on. If I go to Limsa Lominsa, that's where the people normally hang out. It's sort of, I think it's known as the place where you go to look at other people's costumes and everything and show off. And people do performances. You can, there's like a musical instrument sort of thing. Yeah, I like the social aspect in theory. In practice, I mean, when I was in a guild in World of Warcraft, I liked the social aspect. These days, not necessarily so much. But this game has a very dedicated community. And there's plenty of social stuff like that. As you can see here, it's a bit more populated. The sexy tiny Lalafell are always a bit problematic. Make people feel a bit uncomfortable. You can understand why. Guy with a bird on his head. Oh, here we go. Here's the guy with the black mage minion. I guess. I mean, I don't have any problem with it. If people want to see their own, you know... It's up to what It's up to people's perceptions. And if what you see and it makes you uncomfortable, I think that says more about them. Yeah, I've got this minion. You see, I've got this minion. It's called the Minion of Light. I'm not sure if it gives you a different one every time you summon it, or if you just get a random one when you first get it. Yeah, because mine just summons the warrior. It seems. Here we see someone playing the violin. Yes, that's a player playing the music. It's not the most sophisticated system for creating music, but you see people putting on concerts. You have whole groups of them doing actual music from the game in the game, which I think is incredibly cool, even if it doesn't necessarily sound perfect. Moogle, because of course there's the Moogles run the mail in this game as well. And here we see two people gazing into each other's eyes. I hate to think what they're role-playing at this particular moment. Yeah, some people really love the roleplay element. That's a cool armor set. Oh, okay, he's look at that guy, golden frog. I don't know where you get a golden frog mask. Okay, now they're playing the guitar. Carbuncles. They're a summon that the summoner class can get. Oh yeah, the little frog. Yeah. Now if you played the story through the end, you'd know the extremely profound significance of this little bird minion. I love the way, I didn't realise that it actually interacts with people who sit on their shoulders or on their heads. But yes, extremely significant to the story is that thing. There's a couple of other minions that are significant to the story. Which one? Do I have them? No, I have that frog minion. But yeah, this robot thing is... You actually get this minion from doing a whole series of boss fights. Where's the other one? Here we go. Yeah, so it's called OMG because it's actually a model of the boss called Omega. And this is Alpha. He's a very special little chocobo. There's actually a character from the same story arc that robot boss comes from. Alpha and Omega, which is a classical illusion. And once you've done their quest line, you can actually occasionally, very occasionally, run into these minions walking around by themselves in the middle of nowhere. Alpha and Omega. And it's incredibly awesome. Particularly when you know the whole backstory behind them. That's what this game does though, it has incredibly rich storytelling for so many different things. There's a little catfish minion. Shirtless guy in skin-tight pants. Goblin minion. I don't know what that is. Wind-up car minion, haven't seen that one before. Fat little cat girl minion. Oh, that's so cool. These are characters from Shadowbringers. You see the fat cat girl is carrying her husband under her arm. These are characters that actually exist in the world. Sexy bunny boy. God. That's the sluttiest costume I've ever seen. Who the hell is that? I've never seen a Moogle costume like that. There's so many things in this game that even I haven't seen. Well, I mean... The thing is, I haven't even played this game that extensively. Yeah, it is. It's amazing. It really changes things. Like, I have a small character. And when you're in first person, yeah, you have to look up. It's really good. This person has a horde of dragon ships flying around them for some reason. So many cool little things. This person has a parasol. This person has a... I don't even know, a pangolin on a ball. Guy with a koala minion. This is one of the first ones that actually climbs up onto your shoulder, which is pretty cool. No, I've not bought much other than the carriage. The microtransactions are quite expensive. They're mostly cosmetic. But you can also... You can actually pay to level up other classes once you've got one class leveled up. Which I have very mixed feelings about. I mean, it is kind of pay to win in a way. Well, it really depends what you think of what you're defining as winning. I mean, for me, the entire point of this game is to play it and go through the story. And no amount of... you can't pay... I mean, you have to pay for the subscription in the game to be able to do that, so I mean, it's kind of pay to win in that respect. See, it's not just sexy girls. Skin tight pants. Two in matching costumes. So much variety in the outfits. Yeah, if there was, imagine the things you'd overhear. Okay, that's an interesting choice. Sexy bikini and dwarf headgear. The dwarves like that are probably the closest to the black mage sort of eyes. Yeah, a game like this though, it would just be unworkable. You probably can't wear another hat at the same time as that. There she is. Okay, I'm gonna probably play a bit of Path of Exile and then head to bed. It's going up to 11.